The world's second largest economy may be running out of steam, but investor Jim Rogers isn't concerned. Earlier this week, I asked him about the China slowdown and got some insight into what his next big investment will be. China, has anything changed in your thinking there? You're a long-term macro bull. You like it for the next 100 years. Right now, they've got slowing growth, which 7.5% is slowing over there, so it's not that bad. Has your thinking changed in your long-term bullishness?
Well, first of all, I don't believe Chinese numbers any more than I believe American numbers are true. I don't believe any government numbers. But the Chinese have announced for 3 years that they're slowing things down, so it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody who watches Yahoo that they're slowing things down. It's happening. It's working. It's going to continue to slow down for a while. The West is in trouble. There are many reasons. But sure, over the long term, I'd rather be invested in China than in many other places I know.
Now, you found another place, though. You've seen another formerly communist nation that you actually are considering investing in. Talk to me about that.
To my astonishment, Jeff, I have been negative on the USSR and then on Russia all of my life. I first went to the USSR in 1966. You weren't even born when I first went there.
I was not.
And I said, this is a disaster. And every time I've been, it's been a disaster. But now, to my astonishment, I'm finding myself getting more actually positive on investing in the not Soviet Union, but in Russia, and I'm thinking about investing in Russia.
Okay, I don't even know where to start. You've got a thug running the place, ex-KGB guy. He might as well be USSR.
A thug, a crook, a dictator, all of them.
And business partners that are just, he rolls them like crazy. BP ripped off, he rips off everyone. They take what they want after using Western money to build things up, and they take it.
Jeff, everything you just said is why I've been negative for decades on Russia. I see that. I don't know whether it's because he's worried about his legacy or because he sees that people think, oh, he's a thug and a crook and a hopeless criminal.
He's apparently been comfortable with that characterization for years.
I understand, but now he's getting older and he's worried about his, I don't know if he's worried about his legacy or what, but he's starting. For 40 years, they've talked the right game in Russia and Soviet Union. They never did the right. He's starting to do the right things. That's what's catching my attention. Forget what he says. Nobody pays attention to that. At least I don't pay attention to that. But they're starting to take the right actions. Now, yes, his past is hopeless. His past you cannot defend. I'm talking about the future.
Yeah, but he's sent that business thesis to Siberia for a lot of investors. People get there, their natural resources are incredible. They freed up the free market spirits there. That's fantastic. I know he's concerned about his legacy, but man, that runs deep. That's a cultural aspect of it where they don't like people from the outside putting money, and they really don't like them taking money out. Are you worried about
what they're doing now? What's making me, some of the things that are making me reconsider is the fact they've set up a fund. They say, we put up $1 billion, you put up $1 billion, and we'll invest side by side with you. And if it fails, it fails. If it's profitable, we both profit together. They never did that before. Usually they said, you put up $1 billion and we'll take it away from you. Now well,
they never said it, though.
But that's what they did.
They're not going to decay you. They're not going to say, I don't even know who you are. If your 50-50 split goes to, say, 75% of its value, they're not going to just take that out until they're even and leave you with the rest?
The people that are involved this time around, at least I'm convinced, and maybe I'm the naive, the last fool in. Maybe they've even fooled me last, but I see what's happening, and I'm convinced there's a change.
And I've seen this out of you before. It's the I'm just the naive fool, the last guy. Don't even sell that to me. I'm
a simple lad from Alabama, so maybe they're fooling me.
I'm just a hockey-playing rube from Minnesota, but between us guys, of course you can tell. How do I invest in it? How do I get long in there?
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. The stock market is 70% energy, and I don't really want to rush into Russian energy, but I don't know what the other 30% is yet. There's got to be something. There's got to be some hidden gems in the Russian stock market that I don't know about. Or maybe the ruble. I'm actually contemplating buying. I know.
You're killing me. I'm glad I'm not drinking. I do spit takes.
Wait, let me tell you, I was in Russia recently, and the journalist said, have you ever invested in Russia? I said, yeah, I was short the ruble. that was my only time I ever invested in Russia. I was short the ruble. Made a lot of money. Now I'm thinking about buying the ruble.
All right. He wants to buy the ruble, folks.
Maybe.
He's considering buying the ruble, and Putin, thug or not, might be concerned about his legacy enough to actually give you some money on your way out. He's Jim Rogers. I don't have to tell you any more than that. He's the investment biker. He's written a bunch of books. Why don't you check him out and tell us what you think in the comment section below, or drop us a tweet.